regarding the, okay, we learn about the geometrical isomerism determination methods. So first method, it is related with the physical property. Second method, it is related with the chemical property, and third related with the instrumental techniques. And what is the major purpose of physical property? Key, we will distinguish the between the cis and trans isomerism. We will identify the cis and trans isomerism, and that two parameter we are going to check through the physical parameters or physical methods. Then chemical methods include the reactions, and we are synthesizing the product. So on the basis of that, we will identify the cis and trans isomerism. Also, we will take the starting material. On the basis of the starting material, what product will be generated. On the basis of that, we will determine the cis and trans isomers. Then we are knowing the chemical methods like conversion into non-configuration, heat of hydrogenation, cyclization methods, and conversion into N-oxide. So that four method already we discussed. Physical methods includes various parameters like dipole moment, it is there, melting point, it is there, then stability factor, it is there, steric factor, it is there, then solubility, it is there, then other parameter like physical methods includes what are the other parameters, except I have told you these are the 7 parameters I have enlisted, and on the basis of that we have discussed total 7 parameters. Okay, then last parameter or the last method, instrumental technique, X-ray, NMR, and your IR spectroscopy. So these 3 methods also we discussed. IR spectroscopy will give the band at 970 to 960 cm inverse. That will shows the spectra of your trans. And X-ray diffraction chromatography will shows the size and shape as well as your density of your crystal lattice, which is present in the trans isomerism. So trans isomerism easily identify the X-ray chromatography. And last one, the NMR spectroscopy. Cis and trans isomerism or cis and trans isomers have different coupling constant, that is called as J value. So that will give the difference between the cis and trans isomers. So trans isomers will have the different coupling constant and your cis isomers. Okay, that point already we discussed. Okay, in case of physical parameters, dipole moment, it is there. So those compounds have the capability to ionize itself. That is called as dipole moment, formation of charges inside the molecule. That is also called as dipole moment. If the dipole moment of that particular compound is higher, so that will have the much more solubility towards the solvent. As well as if the dipole moment is higher, they doesn't have the proper size and shape towards the crystal lattice. So that parameter we have discussed. And which compound having the dipole moment is higher? The cis isomers has the highest dipole moment rather than the trans isomers. Exceptional cases are there. We are knowing different substituents are attached at the different plane. So on the basis of that dipole moment, we have calculated. Okay, that parameter already we discussed. Then chemical methods we have discussed regarding the cyclization method is the major method. Here we have to remember cyclization method means if you are converting the compound into the cyclic form, that is the cis isomers. And if your compound is not going to convert it into cyclic form, that will be the trans isomers. Okay, so these cyclization methods also we discuss. Then on the basis of N-oxide formation, if acetaldehyde structure it is there and we are performing the reaction with the N-hydroxylamine or hydroxylamine, that will convert it into Z isomers. And if butanol or ketanol compound it is there, we will treat it with the hydroxylamine, that will convert it into E isomers, means your opposite compounds at the or similar compound at the opposite direction or highest priority compound at the opposite direction, that is called as E isomers. Or else you can consider it is a trans isomers also. Okay, that parameter we have discussed. And on the basis of heat of hydrogenation, that point also we have discussed in the previous lecture. Trans isomers has liberate the lesser energy when we are performing hydrogenation. Like your butane structure, it is there, trans butane it is there, and if you are performing hydrogenation, it will liberate minus 115. And if you are considering cis isomers, if you are performing hydrogenation on that, that will liberate the 120 kilojoule per mole energy minus 120 kilojoule per mole energy. That will indicate the trans isomers will liberate the lower energy, means the trans isomers has the lower energy inside that. That's why the cis isomers contain much more energy and trans isomers contain less energy. That's why they will liberate the less energy, and trans isomers have the more energy, they will liberate the more energy. That is the concept we are knowing regarding the heat of hydrogenation or enthalpy concept we have discussed on the cases of hydrogenation reaction. So that is three reaction or third reaction we have discussed. And then conversion into known configuration like cis crotonic acid, it is there. So if cis crotonic acid we are performing hydrolysis, that will forms the malic acid. If trichlorocrotonic acid, it is there, we are performing hydrolysis reaction, that will forms the fumaric acid. On the basis of formation of fumaric acid, we will decide which type of isomers present inside the starting material. If the fumaric acid is going to convert it, the starting material was the trans. If fumaric acid was not converted, that starting material was the cis compound. So on the basis of that, we will distinguish the various cis and trans isomerism. Okay, in today's lecture, we will discuss the conformational analysis or the conformations of your ethane, then butane, and your last cyclohexane. Three parameters we will discuss at today's lecture. We will try to complete these three parameters by today only. Then I'd like to ask to you, what is meant by conformation and what is meant by conformational analysis? Can you anybody tell? Please raise your hand those who can explain about the conformations or conformational isomers we can take. Yes. सांगू शकताय? Conformational analysis or conformational isomers. Please raise your hand. कोणालाच येत नाही. आपण ते पॉइंट घेतलेला एक बेसिक पॉइंट शिकवत असताना क्लासिफिकेशन मध्येच घेतलेला आहे कन्फर्मेशनल आयसोमर्स. ओके, आय वुड लाईक टू टेल. कोणी तर केलाय. ओके, Sana's mother, please tell me what is meant by conformational isomer.
Conformational isomer are same molecular formula and same connectivity, but rotational about single bonds are called as conformational isomer.
Correct. Very good answer regarding the conformational isomers. The conformational isomers having the same molecular formula or same connectivity means atoms are similar at the one carbon atom and other carbon atoms. Okay, but or the two isomers if you are considering cis and trans, same connectivity is there, but the problem or the distinguishable point is that where they are going to rotate. If the compound is going to rotate it, so on the basis of that, if the compound able to rotate around the single bond, that is called as conformational isomers. एक distinguishable point सगळ्यात महत्त्वाचा conformational isomers मध्ये सांगू शकतो की तो कंपाऊंड रोटेट होऊ शकतो कार्बन कार्बन सिंगल बॉन्डच्या अगेन्स्ट किंवा कार्बन कार्बन सिंगल बॉन्डला रोटेट होऊ शकतो, त्यालाच आपण कन्फर्मेशनल आयसोमर्स म्हणतो. आणि जॉमेट्रिकल आयसोमर्स का म्हणतो तर तो कंपाऊंड रोटेट होऊ शकत नाही कारण त्याच्यामध्ये डबल बॉन्ड असल्यामुळे त्याला जॉमेट्रिकल आयसोमर्स म्हणतो. आणि जर कंपाऊंड रोटेट होऊ शकतो त्याला कन्फर्मेशनल आयसोमर्स कारण त्याच्यामध्ये सिंगल बॉन्ड आहे. सिंगल बॉन्डला कधीही रोटेट करू शकतो, त्यामुळे त्याला कन्फर्मेशनल आयसोमर्स. आणि तुमचं पहिला आयसोमर्स आपण बघितलं ऑप्टिकल आयसोमेरिझम. ऑप्टिकल आयसोमेरिझम मध्ये काय असणार आहे की तो कंपाऊंड लाईटला रोटेट करतो, लाईटची डायरेक्शन चेंज करतो, त्यामुळे त्याला ऑप्टिकल आयसोमर्स म्हणतो. तो आपण पॉइंट इन आयसोमर्स मध्ये घेतलेला आहे. जर लाईट राईटवर डायरेक्शनने रोटेट झाली तर डेक्स्ट्रोरोटेटरी कंपाऊंड म्हणतो. जर लाईट लेफ्टवर डायरेक्शनने रोटेट झाली तर त्याला रिव्ह्यू रोटेटरी कंपाऊंड. म्हणजे तिन्ही डिफरन्स तुम्हाला समजायला पाहिजे. ऑप्टिकल आयसोमर्स म्हणजे काय की तो कंपाऊंड लाईट रोटेट करू शकतो, त्याला आपण ऑप्टिकल आयसोमर्स. इनआयसोमर्स तसंच एक्झाम्पल आहे, कारण तो लाईट एक तर राईटवर्ड डायरेक्शनने रोटेट करू शकतो किंवा लेफ्टवर्ड डायरेक्शनने रोटेट करू शकतो, किंवा क्लॉकवाईज डायरेक्शनने मुवमेंट होऊ शकतं किंवा अँटी क्लॉकवाईज डायरेक्शनने मुवमेंट होऊ शकतो. त्याला आपण ऑप्टिकल आयसोमर्स म्हणतो. ऑप्टिकल आयसोमर्स मध्ये वेगवेगळे क्लासेस आहेत. इनआयसोमर्स आपण शिकलेलो आहोत. जर डायस्टेरोमर्स आहे तो ऑप्टिकली इनऍक्टिव्ह कंपाऊंड असतो. सेम मेसोमर्स ऑप्टिकली इनऍक्टिव्ह कंपाऊंड असतो. एक पॉईंट आपण शिकलेला आहे. इथे सेम जॉमेट्रिकल आयसोमेरिझम मध्ये तो कंपाऊंड सेम मॉलिक्युलर फॉर्म्युला आहे, सेम कनेक्टिव्हिटी आहे, ॲटम्स अरेंजमेंट पण डिफरंट आहे याच्यामध्ये, फक्त तो कंपाऊंड रोटेट होऊ शकत नाही, कारण का त्याच्यामध्ये डबल बॉन्ड असतो. आता सेम आपण कन्फर्मेशनल आयसोमर्स मध्ये आपण डिस्टिंग्विशेबल पॉईंट बघितला की तो कंपाऊंड रोटेट होऊ शकतो अराउंड द कार्बन कार्बन सिंगल बॉन्ड, आणि रोटेट होऊ शकतो कारण का त्याच्यामध्ये सिंगल बॉन्ड, त्यामुळेच तो आपण कन्फर्मेशनल आयसोमर्स. हे डिस्टिंग्विशेबल पॉईंट जर तुम्ही माइंड मध्ये ठेवलं तर तुम्हाला रट्टा मारायची गरज लागत नाही किंवा जास्त बुक मध्ये बसायची सुद्धा गरज लागत नाही, जर हे तुमच्याकडे पॉईंट व्यवस्थित माइंड मध्ये सेटअप असतील तर. ओके, then we will discuss about the conformational isomers. Conformation means the compound which has the same molecular formula, same connectivity, but they are differ in the what? Please tell. Rotation around the single bond. That is called as conformational isomers or the conformation. We'll discuss about the conformationals. Okay, are you getting this PPT in front of you? सगळ्यांना समोर दिसते PPT?
Yes, sir.
Good. So we'll have the definition. You just see the conformational isomers are different shape of the same molecule and resulting from the rotation around the single carbon-carbon single bond. They are differing in which type? They are differing the various shapes. So that will result from the rotation around the single bond. They are not different compounds. They are having the same physical property and chemical property, and they are readily interconvertible because they will rotate around the single bond. That's why the chair form easily converted into boat form, or your eclipse conformation is converted into staggered conformation within a small energy only. Okay, that is the major point I have discussed here. Various forms we will generate, like your first form, it is that say chair form and boat form. Other chair form and boat form of your cyclohexane. Like if you are considering ethane, there are three major forms are there. One is eclipsed, staggered, and Gaussian conformation. So these are the three forms we are getting due to the rotation around the single bond. That is called as conformational isomers. So once again, I will discuss the definition here. The conformational isomers are different shape of the same molecule resulting from rotation around this carbon-carbon single bond, and they are not different compounds because they don't, or they have the same physical and chemical property. Just like your inisomers, optical isomers having the same physical and chemical property, just like your conformational anomal analysis or conformational compounds are also having same physical property and chemical properties. But the difference is in the geometrical isomers. Geometrical isomers have the different physical and chemical property. That's why we will easily distinguish the cis and trans isomers by the different physical and chemical methods. So that difference you have to keep in your mind. Then we'll discuss about the conformational isomerism. It is form of stereoisomerism. No doubt we are considering, we are studying the stereoisomers. Stereoisomers means the spatial arrangement, means the atoms are, or the groups are arranged in the space, that is called as stereoisomerism, in which isomers can be interconverted by the rotation about the single bond. That is also called as conformational isomerism. So that is the point here. Same point it is given here regarding the definition. Then conformation, the different arrangement of atom caused by the rotation about the single bond, that is called as conformation. And conformer or conformational isomers is the compound which possesses the conformation, that is called as conformer or conformational isomers. And regarding the conformational analysis or conformational isomers, how will you show? By using Chauvis and Newman projection. Okay, Chauver's projection, it is also there, and Newman projection, it is there. And we already studied the Fisher projection. Fisher projection, for what purpose we are representing? We are representing enantiomers. We are representing enantiomers by the Fisher projection. And Chauver's projection and Newman projection will represent the conformational isomers. So there are three presentations we are knowing, or the projection we are knowing: Fisher, Chauver's, and Newman. Fisher is related with the enantiomer, and Chauver's and Newman's are related with the conformational isomers. That thing you just keep in your mind. Okay, in MCQ they are asking, right? Fisher projections are used for the identification of what? Like geometrical isomers, like your conformational isomers, like your enantiomers, like your diastereomers. Okay, your answer should be Fisher projection for the, yes, tell me. Enantiomer, correct answer. And the your Chauver's and Newman projections are used for the representation of conformation. Okay, that thing you just keep in your mind. So such type of knowledge should be going into your mind. Then we will discuss about the conformations of ethane, as we have studied the basic point in the lecture number 6 also, conformations of ethane. There are three major conformations are there. One is the eclipse, second one is your staggered, and third one is your Gauche conformation. Gauche means आपल्या गावचे नाहीये. Gauche is the name of scientist. They have given the specific conformation name that is called as Gauche. Okay, so don't consider की our गावचे म्हणजे आपल्या गावचे, ते कसं consider करू नका. So there are three conformations are there. One is the eclipse conformation, second one is staggered conformation, and third one is your Gauche conformation. So what is meant by eclipse conformation we are knowing. So conformations we are distinguished through the rotation around the single bond. So the ethane will generate three conformation. Ethane will generate three conformation. One is the eclipse conformation, another is staggered conformation, and third one is Gauche conformation. But how will you represent this eclipse, staggered, and Gauche conformation? Okay, so there are two techniques are there to represent our eclipse, staggered conformation or eclipse Gauche conformation. There is the Newman projection and another is Chauver's projection. Chauver's म्हणजे आपल्या बाथरूम मधला Chauver's नाहीये. Chauver's is also name of the scientist. They have suggested the specific structure for the representation of the your cyclane or cycloalkane and your alkanes. Okay, Chauver's and Newman projections are there. But how do you represent the Chauver's presentation? We are knowing the structure of ethane. It is given here. You just see here, ethane, ethane. Okay, ethane means two carbon atoms are, one is here and another is here. Hydrogen, hydrogen, it is attached, but it is not in the tetrahedral bond angle. So you will represent into the tetrahedral bond angle. You just see here hydrogen. Initially, first carbon we are considering here. Okay, we will arrange hydrogen at this location, hydrogen at this location, and hydrogen at this location. Okay, then backward carbon we will represent by this line, and again the hydrogens are present at the tetrahedral bond angle, and tetrahedral angle. Means थोडेसे स्मॉल आवाजामध्ये सांगतोय कारण तुम्हाला तिथपर्यंत जाता यावं. ओके, हे बघताय तुम्ही सर्वजण टेट्राहेड्रल बॉन्ड अँगल मध्ये अटॅच झालेले आहे. ठीक आहे, हायड्रोजन्स, त्याला आपण काय म्हणतो, शॉवर्स प्रोजेक्शन म्हणतो. शॉवर्स प्रोजेक्शन काय असणार आहे की कार्बन ॲटम आहेत दोन, पहिला कार्बन फ्रंट साइडला दाखवायचा, बॅकवर्डचा फक्त तिरकस लाईन काढायची, आणि नंतर हा कार्बन तिथे रिप्रेझेंट करायचा आणि त्याचे हायड्रोजन्स आहेत ते टेट्राहायड्रल पोझिशन मध्ये अटॅच करायचे. ठीक आहे, हे पहिलं शॉवर्स प्रोजेक्शन. नंतर आपल्याला हेच आपल्याला न्यूमन प्रोजेक्शन जर दाखवायचं असेल, न्यूमन म्हणजेच कसं असणार आहे, सुरुवातीचा कार्बन हा टेट्राहायड्रल मध्ये दाखवायचा आणि बॅकवर्डचा जो कार्बन आहे तो तुमचा सर्कलने दाखवायचा, आणि जे हायड्रोजन्स आहेत ते सर्कलवर रिप्रेझेंट करायचे. ओके, सो वी आर नोइंग द स्ट्रक्चर like this carbon atom, it is there, we have written the black spot, and whatever the hydrogens are there, you just see this hydrogen we have added here, and this hydrogen we have inserted here, and then this hydrogen we have inserted here. Okay, so first carbon atom means CH3 is over, then backward side carbon atom, how do you represent? We will draw the circles to that. And whatever the hydrogens, if this hydrogen it is there, we will pick up at this direction. And then this hydrogen it is there, will pick up at this direction. And whatever this hydrogen it is there, we will write here only. So hydrogens, front side carbon hydrogen and back side hydrogen are near to each other. Front side hydrogen and back side hydrogens are closer together, and due to the closure or closement in between two hydrogen, that conformation is called as eclipse conformation. Okay, and this is the eclipse conformation. You can represent by here also hydrogen, and here hydrogen, above direction we will write. So that conformation, it is called as eclipse conformation. Understood? What is the difference, or what is the concept regarding the eclipse conformation? Front hydrogen atoms are closer to the backward hydrogen atom present in the backward carbon atom, and that closement regarding the hydrogen, and they will generate one specific conformation that is called as eclipse conformation. The definition has been shown here. You just see the hydrogen bonds or CH bonds on the carbon atoms are as close possible. That is called as eclipse conformation. I have shown the eclipse conformation and Showers projection. You just see Showers projection I have written here, and Newman projection I have written here for the eclipse conformation. Okay, then we will write the staggered conformation for this particular ethane also. Staggered conformation, again they have the two types staggered conformation. One is the basically they are rotated at the 180 degrees centigrade, that is plane staggered, and if they are at the 60 angle, that is called as Gaussian conformation. You just see the hydrogen atom on carbon atom of the first and backward carbon atoms, they are far away from each other. That will show the staggered conformation. Okay, one message is coming. Pratik. Okay, the staggered conformation, it is there. So what is meant by staggered conformation? The hydrogen atom from the frontward carbon atom and backward carbon atom, they are far away from each other. That will show by the staggered conformation. Okay, so example, ethane structure, it is there here. Ethane, hydrogen, 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 and we will show the Showers projection. Whatever the hydrogens are there, we will write. One is above direction, here we will write, then here and here. That is called as Showers projection, and the bond angles between these and two hydrogens and two hydrogens and two hydrogens and two hydrogens, like your tetrahedral bond angle we are generating, and such type of projection, it is called as your Showers projection. And how do you represent the staggered conformation? You just see the carbon atom, we have written front side hydrogen, hydrogen, and hydrogen, and backward carbon atom we have written in the circle. Okay, and whatever hydrogen present at the backward carbon, they are having the 60 angle in between that. You just see hydrogen and hydrogen and hydrogen. So if the angle between these and this, if it is 60, that is called as your Gaussian conformation. If the hydrogen, this hydrogen rotated and coming to this position, and this hydrogen going to this position, whatever the angle between this and this hydrogen, whatever this hydrogen come to this position, the angle is 180. And due to the 180 angle, the conformation is generated, that is called a staggered conformation. There are three conformations are there. One is eclipse, means the hydrogens are closer together. And your Gaussian conformation, your hydrogens are far away from each other, but the angle is 60. And your total staggered conformation, the hydrogens and other hydrogens bond angle, it is the 180, that is called as staggered conformation. I hope you are understanding the concept regarding the eclipse conformation, Gaussian conformation, and staggered conformation. Okay, so we have written this into the staggered conformation. Staggered conformation has the sub point. One is the Gaussian conformation and your staggered conformation. Then we'll discuss about the concept regarding the bond angle or tetrahedral angle or dihedral angle or torsional angle. What is meant by torsional angle? Okay, सगळ्यांना समजते मी जे सांगतोय ते ओरली सांगा एक जण. Please reply me. Yes. Okay. So we have discussed about the eclipse conformation and staggered conformation, but how they are generated, we have to know the reason behind that. So there are three reasons we are just considering. One is the dihedral angle or torsional angle. Second one is the steric energy. Third one is your strain energy. Okay, so that we will discuss three parameters. You just see the angle between front and back hydrogen is called as torsional angle or torsion angle, and it is easily seen in the Newman projection. Okay, then if you are considering eclipse conformation, in eclipse conformation, dihedral angle is a 0. Just see here, eclipse conformation. Dihedral angle is 0 due to the steric repulsion. The torsional energy in between these is higher, and that will make this compound is less stable or higher energy containing compound. Okay, that is the concept related is that. Then if you are considering staggered conformation and Gaussian conformation, okay, the staggered conformation and Gaussian conformation. In the staggered conformation, atoms are far away from each other and dihedral angle is 60 or more than 60, and steric hindrance or steric repulsion is low, hence less torsional energy that will make the compound is more stable. Okay, so what is the difference here we are getting regarding this compound is, yes, difference key. What is meant by torsional angle? The angle between front side hydrogen atom and back side hydrogen atom is called as torsional angle. And here in case of eclipse conformation, torsional angle is 0. In case of Gaussian conformation, torsional angle is 60. And in case of staggered conformation in hydrogen and hydrogen, it is 180. Here I have shown wrongly here, 60 it is there, but the bond angle is 180, it is there. Okay, that is called a staggered conformation. And here, which compound is much more stable from this? Yes, can you tell? या तिन्ही पैकी कोणतं जास्त स्टेबल असणार आहे? Please tell me. Anyone?
Staggered.
So out of that, the staggered is highest stable because I will show by the pen here only. We just see, wait for some time. Okay, so we are knowing about the eclipse staggered conformation. Like if you are considering okay, I will write the hydrogen here. Okay, hydrogen, if I'm writing here, the hydrogen having difference between that, your 0 bond angle it is there or torsional angle it is there. Then if you are considering, here I will remove here and I will pick up from this location. Then whatever the hydrogens, this hydrogen is going to shift at this location. Okay, bond angle is, torsional angle is your 60. That is called as Gaussian conformation. And then next, if you are considering staggered conformation, whatever this hydrogen will rotate and coming at this location. Just see. This hydrogen coming at the 180 angle only. Through the rotation. Initially at 60 rotation, the hydrogen is coming. Okay. And then whatever the hydrogen, again it will rotate about 120 and 180. So hydrogen is coming at this location. So this bond angle is called as your staggered conformation. Okay. So we are knowing about the staggered conformation regarding the all ethane. सगळ्यांना समजतोय हा concept? Please write yes if you are understanding the concept easily. हा फक्त गाउसी कन्फर्मेशन मध्ये इथे फक्त आपल्याला okay. So Gaussian conformations regarding the hydrogen, front side hydrogen and back side hydrogen, 60 angle. And your staggered conformation, front side hydrogen and back side hydrogen is at 180 angle. Okay, through the rotation, that is called as staggered conformation. So that point we have discussed regarding that. I hope you are understanding all the concepts easily. Okay, good. Then we'll discuss rotation about that. We studied the first eclipse conformation, staggered conformation. Just see eclipse conformation, these hydrogens are closer together. If this backward hydrogen coming to this, so that will shows the Gaussian conformation. Just see the 60 angle in between these, that is called as eclipse. Then again, this hydrogen going to this location, and this hydrogen going to this location, and this hydrogen going to this location, that will forms the eclipse conformation. Then again, this hydrogen coming to this location. Okay, and whatever this hydrogen is going to this location, and this hydrogen going to this location, that will become the staggered conformation. Again, this hydrogen going to this location, this hydrogen going to this, and this hydrogen going to this, that will forms the eclipse conformation. Then again, this red color hydrogen going to the Gaussian, means 60 angle will be there, and your 16 between these. Okay, and whatever the conformation is called as Gaussian. And last one, whatever the hydrogen again reagain at the original position, whatever it is there here, so eclipse conformation it is there. So here the rotation can be possible. हा एक कंपाउंड आहे, 60 ने रोटेट झाला, परत नंतर 120 ने रोटेट झाला, परत 180 ने रोटेट झाला, आणि 118 झाल्यानंतर परत 60 240, परत नंतर असे सिक्वेन्सनी 360 ने रोटेट होऊन ओरिजिनल पोझिशनला येतो. So that is your rotation of your conformation. Conversion into eclipse, then Gaussian, eclipse, staggered, इक्लिप्स, गावचे, इक्लिप्स्ड असं रोटेशन होत जातं. आता आपल्याला ही सिक्वेन्स माहिती आहे रोटेशनचा, हे तुम्हाला लक्षात येईलच. देन विल डिस्कस द टॉर्शनल स्ट्रेन. We are knowing about the torsional angle, whatever the angle between the front side hydrogen and back side hydrogen, that is called as torsional angle. And torsional strain means the torsional strain or eclipse strain means your strain generated due to the steric hindrance in between the two hydrogen, that is called as torsional strain. Just see, the torsional strain or eclipse strain is increases in the potential energy due to the repulsion of atom or electrons present in the carbon atom. Okay, that is the torsional strain. It is there. You just see the torsional strain due to the repulsion between two molecules. So torsional strain is higher in this conformation. Same torsional strain is lower in this Gauche or staggered conformation. Okay, due to the repulsion between the hydrogen atom or repulsion between the electron present, and that will create the torsional strain due to the lower torsional angle. Torsional angle जर lower असेल तर torsional strain जास्त असतो, आणि torsional angle जास्त असेल तर torsional strain हा कमी असतो. हा कन्सेप्ट तुम्हाला अपोजिट कन्सेप्ट आहे तो लक्षात ठेवावा लागेल. Just see, the smallest dihedral angle is 60 in the first compound. त्याच्यामध्ये dihedral angle किती आहे 60 आहे, and which is 0 in the second compound. Your torsional angle is 0 in the second compound. Thus, two CH bonds are sharing the carbon atom that are closer to each other. Means the hydrogen atoms are closer to each other. Okay, so the closement will be appear in the second rather than your first. So repulsion between electron is greater in the second rather than your first. So consequently, the torsional strain is higher in the two rather than your first. Torsional strain is higher in this structure because the repulsion is higher in that particular, because the steric energy will be generated and the torsional angle is slower, and due to the torsional angle is less, that will create the high torsional strain. So second compound having more torsional strain rather than your first. So that is the concept related with the torsional strain. Okay, then steric strain. What is meant by steric strain? That is the main point. It is that steric strain is increases. Steric strain means the energy or the strain is generated due to the repulsion or the steric hindrance between the two hydrogens. Same your torsional strain, it is there. The steric strain is increases potential energy of molecule due to the repulsion between the electron present or bonded to each other. Same like your torsional strain. इथे पण दिलेलं आहे, इथे consider two staggered conformations are there. Okay, two staggered conformations, both are the staggered conformation, but the difference is that what is the difference we are getting here? It is a Gauche conformation and here it is a staggered conformation. Okay, because why you are calling Gauche conformation? The bond angle between two bromine, it is 60, and bond angle between two bromine, it is 180. That is called as staggered. Okay, and which compound having much more steric strain? Can you tell on the basis of that two structure? कोण सांगू शकते? स्टेरिक स्ट्रेन जास्त कशामध्ये असणार आहे?
First.
Okay, good. In the first compound, there is the highest steric strain because they are closer to each other. That's why the steric hindrance is higher in that. So that will create the much more steric strain. Okay, that's why the steric strain is higher in the first. Then if you are considering second compound, the steric hindrance is lower because both compounds are far away from each other. That's why steric hindrance is very slow or lower in the second compound, and due to the low steric hindrance, the compound having the low steric strain. So on the basis of that, the steric strain in the Gauche conformation is higher than the staggered conformation. And according to that, which compound is much more stable? Yes, please tell me. Yes, anyone? Out of these, staggered conformation is much more stable because they have lower steric strain. ओके, त्यामुळे स्टेबल तो जास्त असणार आहे आणि हा लेस स्टेबल असणार आहे. ओके, दॅट इज द पॉइंट हियर आय हॅव डिस्कस हियर. In structure number 1, bromine atoms are closer to each other, okay, and then they are in the second. So bond angle in between this 60, and in the second bond angle is, or the dihedral bond angle is 180. Thus repulsion between electron in one bromine atom with the other is greatest. So repulsion between this is greatest in the one rather than your two. Thus steric strain is higher in the one rather than your two. Since bromine atoms are pointing opposite direction in two, so steric strain in the two is less, or interaction is lesser in the bromine. That's why your steric strain is lesser in the staggered rather than your Gaussian conformation. So staggered conformation is much more stable than the Gaussian conformation. Okay, so that is the concept I have explained here regarding the stability of your eclipse, staggered and Gaussian conformation. आता हे तिन्ही पॉइंट तुम्हाला समजले कुठले कुठले. पहिला म्हणजे तुमचा अँगल, डायहेड्रल बॉन्ड अँगल, डायहेड्रल और टॉर्शनल एनर्जी आणि स्टेरिक स्ट्रेन. ओके, मग आता तुम्हाला तुमच्याकडे 3 कन्फर्मेशन आहेत सोबत तुमच्याकडे. एक म्हणजे पहिला तुमचा इक्लिप्स कन्फर्मेशन, दुसरा गौचे कन्फर्मेशन आणि तिसरा स्टॅगर्ड कन्फर्मेशन. तर इक्लिप्स कन्फर्मेशन मध्ये टेट्राहायड्रल बॉन्ड अँगल कमी असते, 0 असते. गौचे कन्फर्मेशन मध्ये डायहेड्रल बॉन्ड अँगल हे 60 असते आणि स्टॅगर्ड कन्फर्मेशन मध्ये डायहेड्रल बॉन्ड अँगल हे 180 असते किंवा 360 असते. नंतर दुसरा पॉइंट टॉर्शनल एनर्जी कन्सिडर करायची. टॉर्शनल एनर्जी कशी जनरेट होते, जेवढा टॉर्शनल बॉन्ड अँगल कमी तेवढी टॉर्शनल एनर्जी जास्त. मग पहिल्या ह्याच्यामध्ये इक्लिप्समध्ये टॉर्शनल एनर्जी जास्त असते, नंतर बॉन्ड अँगल वाढते, डायहेड्रल बॉन्ड अँगल वाढते, त्यामुळे त्याचं स्टेरिक टॉर्शनल एनर्जी सुद्धा कमी होते आणि लास्टला तर कमीच होऊन जाते. आणि नंतर स्टेरिक स्ट्रेन, जेवढं क्लोजर कंपाऊंड असतील तेवढं स्टेरिक स्ट्रेन जास्त असतं. जसं इक्लिप्स कंपाऊंड मध्ये क्लोजमेंट जास्त आहे त्यामुळे स्टेरिक स्ट्रेन जास्त आहे. नंतर गौचे मध्ये स्टेरिक स्ट्रेन कमी होते आणि लास्टला स्टॅगर्ड कन्फर्मेशन मध्ये पूर्णतः कमी होऊन जाते. असं हे डिस्टिंग्विशेबल पॉईंट. तेच पॉईंट मी ग्राफ मध्ये रिप्रेझेंट केलेलं आहे, ते बघा. Just see, the first is eclipse conformation. Okay, what is the time now? We have 10-minute time. So eclipse conformation, it is there. Hydrogens are closer together. That's why 12 kilojoule per mole energy, highest energy it is there. Then after that, they will release energy, and whatever the hydrogen are shifted to 60 angle bond angle, that is called as Gaussian conformation. Again, they will get the energy, and whatever the hydrogen is going to shifted at this location by the energy 29 kilocalorie per mole energy or 12 kilojoule per mole energy. So that will become eclipse conformation. Then whatever the hydrogen, again it will shifted to this location and they will release the energy, and that is called as your staggered conformation. This is your first is Gaussian conformation and it is staggered conformation. And then again this hydrogen shifted to this, they will become the eclipse conformation. And again this hydrogen, when they're shifting to this location, that will become Gaussian conformation. And again if the hydrogen shifted to this, the energy will acquire 12 kilojoule per mole energy, and that is called as eclipse conformation. That is the movement will be observed through the rotation, that is called as energy profile diagram. Okay, and the staggered conformation is much more stable, we are knowing, because they are far, hydrogen atoms are far away from each other, and energy difference is 12 kilojoule per mole energy, that is called as torsional strain, and energy difference is relatively small. Hence free rotation can be possible at the carbon-carbon single bond at the room temperature. So that is the rotation, it is given here. Initially eclipse converted into the staggered, then eclipse, staggered, eclipse, staggered, and eclipse. And this rotation requires the energy, that is called as torsional energy. And out of that, staggered conformation is much more stable. That is the point here I have discussed here. I think so all of you are understanding the conformation regarding the ethane. Please write yes if you are understanding the conformation of ethane. Good. Then we will discuss about the conformation of butane. Okay. So in between that, I would like to take the attendance. Roll number 17. वरद वरद आवाज येतोय का?
Yes, sir.
ओके, अटेंडन्स घेतोयस ना आता?
हाँ सर घेतो.
ठीक आहे. मीनवाईल तू अटेंडन्स घे, मी स्टार्ट करतोय ब्युटेनचं कन्फर्मेशन. Okay, then we will discuss about the conformation of butane. We are knowing the structure of butane, CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. Okay, so how many conformation can be possible in case of butane? First is eclipse, means two methyl groups are closer together, and due to that high steric energy it is there, and that conformation is very least stable, that requires 4.6 kilocalorie. Then second conformation, it is that is the Gauche conformation. Two methyls are nearer to each other at the 60 angle, resulting the steric strain, and steric strain is the repulsive interaction between two groups and which is closer to another atomic radii allow, and Gauche conformation has the 0.9 kilocalorie per mole energy, and which is much more stable than your eclipse conformation, because the energy is 4.6, here energy is 0.9, and here due to the 60 angle the steric energy is lesser than your this. And last one, the staggered conformation, or we can tell it is anti-periplanar or anti-conformation. It is most stable conformation because two methyl group are far away from each other, and that will have the 180 degree centigrade, or sorry 180 angle, and energy 0 kilocalorie, or sorry k calories. Okay, so that is the main conformation regarding the butane. You just see initially carbonate is there, and we have written the CH3 and hydrogen and hydrogen. Okay, then backward carbon we have written in the circle, and whatever the hydrogen we have written in the at this location, and hydrogen at this location, hydrogen at this location. So bond angle or torsional angle in between these two methyl group, that is 180. Okay, that is called as your anti-conformation, or we can tell it is a staggered conformation. If the bond angle between this hydrogen, this methyl and this methyl, if they are at the 60, okay, this is called as Gauche conformation, and steric strain energy is higher than this, so it is less stable than this, and it is Gauche conformation is more stable than the eclipse conformation. Okay, that is the conformation we have written, and whatever the Sauvage projection it is there, we have written here. Okay, then we will discuss about the energy profile diagram for the butane. Initially the eclipse means methyl groups are closer together, that is called as eclipse conformation. When they are this methyl group coming to the 60 angle, so that is called as Gauche conformation, and energy is 0.9, and it is called as synclinical. Then again, if the methyl group coming to this location, so that is again it will become the eclipse conformation, or we can tell it is anticlinical, and the energy is 3.6. And if this methyl going to come this location, that is called as staggered conformation or anti-periplanar, energy is 0. Then again, whatever these hydrogen coming to this, that will become eclipse conformation, and this methyl group again coming to this location, that will become the Gauche conformation, and 0.9 kilocalorie per mole energy. And if the methyl group are again coming close together, that is just like your eclipse conformation at the first, that is called as eclipse conformation, which has the 4.6 kilocalorie per mole energy. Okay, so that is the major point regarding the butane, and we will see the conformational analysis of this 4 compound. First, eclipse conformation has the 2 form. eclipse conformation has two forms here. One is here, another is here. Okay, means methyl methyl groups are closer together, and here hydrogen and methyl are closer together, and here hydrogen and methyl are closer together. So these two forms are eclipse conformation. Okay, then staggered conformation, again types are like Gaussian conformation and staggered conformation. Okay, these types are been we will discuss here. Syn periplanar, dihedral bond angle is 0, energy is 4.6, that is eclipse. Anticlinical, the bond angle is 120, that is called as 36 kilocalorie per mole energy. Here is the C. The bond angle is 120. Bond angle and this methyl and methyl is 120 angle. That's why the energy is 3.6 kilocalorie per mole. Okay, and then staggered conformation. Again, staggered conformation have the two types, Gaussian, that is called as synclinical, and antiperiplanar. Dihedral bond angle is 60 with the C. Methyl and methyl having the bond angle is 60, that is called as Gaussian. And antiperiplanar or staggered conformation, bond angle is 180, the C. Here, methyl and methyl having the bond angle 180, and energy is 0 kilocalorie. Energy rank order, highest energy here, eclipse, that is called as syn periplanar, and then again this anticlinical, then Gaussian, synclinical, and last antiperiplanar, that is the energy rank order. And stability rank order, the C, first highest stable compound is antiperiplanar, then Gaussian, then anticlinical, and last one syn periplanar. Okay, that is the point related with the conformation of butane. I hope you are understanding the concept correctly. Please reply yes if you are understanding. And I'd like to tell Bharat, have you taken the attendance?
Yes, sir. Taken presented test.
Okay, so you are understanding and you are writing yes. थोडस ब्युटेनचं मी किंचित फास्ट घेतलं जेणेकरून आपल्याला संपवायचं आहे. आणि सायक्लोहेक्झेनचा आपण लेक्चरला घेऊ, आणि शनिवारच्या लेक्चरमध्येच आपल्याला बाकीचे पण पॉइंट कव्हर करायचे. ओके, सो नाव आय विल